fit, and it's going to be even worse, so somebody just gets more and more drained. No, that's not going to work. Somebody has to have self-love, strong, healthy boundaries, and somebody needs to, get in line or get gone. You know what I mean? That's how it has to go. So, this is about somebody feeling like they're neglecting their family, or there's neglect within a family, or this stems from family neglect. Okay, put it where it fits. Okay. Either way, it needs to be tended to. And it's like, if you can't trust your partner, what the fuck are we even dating for then? It's like, I haven't given you any reason to not trust me. I would understand if you were scared if I gave you reason. But I haven't. So stop trying to hold me back from being healthy and, tending to my family and, going out with my friends sometimes. Stuff like that. Yeah. Somebody's going to manifest that into existence if all they do is, bring that up and attack somebody or they're coming off as insecure and they're manifesting it. And it's going to be reoccurring because you can't hide how much it triggers you. The point is to get to get it to not be a trigger, and you got to do work. You got to do introspective work and therapy for that. All right, who should Aries be aware of now through mid-November? Oops. Yeah, okay. God in reverse. Oof. Yeah, religious conflict. Yeah, somebody here doesn't, yeah. There's a lack of faith or Christ consciousness here. Warrior in reverse. Advocate in reverse. Yeah, somebody needs to exercise their demons. They're greedy, they're reckless. They're an energy vampire. There you go. That's what it felt like. Yeah, they're a narcissist because of trauma, but they gotta tend to that on their own and then show up for a relationship. Until then, you guys should separate and be alone. Yeah. Okay, so the negative energies, Aries, to look out for. Somebody here that is cruel, using power to control people. Godless energy, okay? Somebody here that depletes others. Chronic complaining and codependency, as we mentioned prior. Somebody that trades ethical principles for victories. Ew. So they're unethical. They're immoral just to get, because of their ego. Indifference to the suffering inflicted on others. Exactly. They don't care. It's not a priority. When they want what they want, it's like, this is so toxic. Can't work with you then. Oh well. Oh well, you're not gonna guilt me. Oh well. Here's a whole bunch of books worth of data to support me being a healthy person, and then you're trying to condition me into being an unhealthy person. And I won't let you. That's not what relationships are about. I don't care how insecure you are. That's a you problem. Yeah. Embracing negative causes or committing to causes for personal gain. Exactly. There's an energy of very draining, aggressive, unhealed narcissist here. Using humor to wound rather than liberate. Denial of emotional truth. Somebody here exacting appreciation and recognition for the help you offer. So they measure. It's like tit for tat. It's like, ugh. Pursues pleasure to the detriment of health. Indulges at the expense of others. Oh my God, this energy is terrible. Aries. My God. Okay, somebody needs an exorcism. They need to face their demons. Somebody has a fear of facing their demons, but they need to free themselves and others of their destructive impulses. Or they're going to ruin every relationship. They're going to ruin any environment that they're ever in. No matter how great it seems in the beginning, it will always end up in catastrophe. Over and over and over again. Yeah. It will. I promise. This is a 100% guarantee. It will never change. And you can continue being in denial, thinking that it's the partner. Oh, I got it wrong again. And I'll find a new partner that will fix everything. Yeah, no. It's a you thing, whoever this is. We have somebody here that represents the nature of the divine in life and in yourself. Somebody here has divinity. They have God. They have the Most High. So it's like they know the difference between healthy and not healthy. They have faith. They have faith. They have faith in themselves. They have faith in general, and they have faith in you. But if you don't have faith in yourself, there's nothing they can do. They can't. This is somebody that has had enough, and they love themselves, and they're aware of what's going on, and there needs to be some separation here, because somebody here just they'll say whatever they need to get what they want, but then it's a repeated pattern because they get triggered again and again because they're not healing what's triggering them. They're just pretending to accommodate if they get their way in the moment. That's false. It's false. Yeah. So let's tap into the tarot part of the reading to finish your reading, Aries. Let's see what's going on. Oh, this is draining. I wish I had a better reading for you. But somebody here is a proud peacock in a good way. So keep being that. Yeah. You're dealing with like a love scammer. Somebody here that's false. Yeah. That doesn't trust their intuition. And so everything's confusing. They abuse their power. They just make everything upside down. Holy Spirit, holy angels, archangels, ancestors, and the Most High. Calling on you to channel your ancient wisdom, your guiding light, your strength, your clarity, with intention towards our blessed North Nodes. Please help me bring forth the most important messages for my Aries collective, Sun, Moon, Rising Venus, North Node, now through mid-November. Clear, concise, and precise. I will interpret these messages from the heart, from the soul. Any negative energy interference, please return to the sender. And on behalf of the collective and myself, we love you, we thank you, and we trust you. Yeah, somebody here is very loyal, very consistent. This is about a commitment, a long-term commitment here. Somebody's committed to something for the long term. Yeah, and somebody is going to get what they deserve, or they're getting what they deserve, or they're very giving. But somebody here isn't, because they're they have a blocked heart chakra. They're emotionally abusive. They're weak, they're selfish, and they're emotionally abusive and manipulative. And somebody deserves to get everything they deserve. Dude, these unhealed, and it's scary, especially as a woman, when you're with an emotionally abusive masculine, because it's like you are physically stronger, and when you can't regulate your emotions and you take it out on the feminine, that's the masculine. No matter what they feel like, they have to understand that that's extremely scary and not safe, okay, in multiple ways. It's not even just emotionally, spiritually, or mentally. It's physically too. You can't feel safe when you're dealing with somebody that isn't protecting your needs. And you deserve it because you show up. You're loyal. You've given them no reason to do that. But the slightest change in behavior, like you wanting to spend time with your family, for instance, and it could be on either side, y'all, masculine or feminine. But it's just even more scary with when you're female, and it's like you have the emotionally abusive masculine, because they can hurt you if they just lose their shit. It happens all the time. And these are the first signs, you know what I mean? And it's like this person, yeah, somebody needs to be in peace. That's what they deserve. They deserve a peaceful, comfortable life where their needs are met too, where there's peace and there's collaboration. So somebody is getting what they deserve and what's fair. Yeah. They want to move forward. Yeah, this has to close out. It looks like because somebody's too reckless, they just won't. They refuse to accept that it's them that's the problem. They refuse. Yep, they're unwell. And they've been influenced by very toxic people. That's why it's like you can't work with them. They're possessed. Because of their tribe was fucked up, y'all. They're influenced by terrible energies, toxic family members, whatever this is. And they keep returning. It's like there's no progress. It's all fake. They don't. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, they're not listening to their better judgment. It's destruction energy, y'all. Oh well. Oh well. Yep. Rigid views, inflexible, refusing. My way or the highway energy. Refusing to relinquish any kind of control because they know better. But all they know is that they want things their way, and no concern for anybody else's emotional needs or safety. Don't care. They want somebody to be excessively suitable and basically just serve them in whatever way and just neglect everybody else. They're useless. It's like talking to a wall. You can't do anything. Yeah, very unhappy, exactly. Yep. Look, completely dysregulated feminine and masculine energies. This is like a fallen karmic twin connection. It could have felt like a twin flame connection, but it's not. Yeah, look, because you're dealing with an emperor in reverse, a false emperor, a horrible father, so immature, not a real leader, a narcissist. They don't know how to regulate their emotions, so they dysregulate you. You can't deal with this energy. They're a dictator. And they're delusional. They're really delusional, y'all. Okay, in the past, somebody was ready to go forth in a bad commitment and a bad investment. They didn't realize that it was going to be a waste of time and a horrible investment. They were they were excited, but it turned into a shit show because somebody is an emotional child that never got taught how to be an adult. Never got taught how to operate in a relationship. All they know is codependency, and they think that's love. What's the strengths? Yeah. Knowing that this is always going to be a problem because somebody evades reality. So somebody needs to leave this and move forward. There's nothing you can do. In the near future, it's sad. It is. Yeah, in the near future, somebody's breaking a commitment. Somebody needs to tell the truth that they are stubborn, they're nonsensible, they are depressed, they are weak, they refuse to follow through in their commitments. And there's no more time to delay on this. They need to get real with themselves. Otherwise, this is just going up in flames. What's the advice? Yeah, nobody's happy here. Yeah. The advice is there's unconditional love here, but there's very little joy here. And somebody's becoming very bitter. And whoever's influencing this masculine is probably a shit show mother or something like this, or terrible influences that enable this delusional, one-sided opinion or whatever it is, whatever they want. It's this is the type of energy, y'all, that goes and calls their diabolical, dysfunctional family, vents to them, and makes their partner seem like the worst person in the world when they're the one that's the loyal one, and literally just trying to live a healthy life and be happy, but it's they can't do anything right because this person's so insecure and guilts them, and it's they don't say that part. They just say all of these horrible, they just focus on the reactions. They don't say what triggered it. So then now you have people backing up the narcissist, and it's this person who's a prideful peacock in a very healthy way is getting ganged up on by these dysfunctional narcissists. It's it's not helping because they're enabling what they're trying to evolve. It's I know that your mother and sister agree with you. Does that matter? No, because they're also delusional, and you just refuse to accept this. Like, you know, it's something like this. All right, in the environment. Yeah. New feelings, new emotions, deep thinking, new love, maybe a new business, new emotional inspiration, breakthroughs. Yeah, because somebody's a coward. So somebody here, what's being unveiled is that this is self-love. Somebody's focused on self-love. Okay? And then hopes and or fears is that this is all falling apart because somebody fails to compromise or negotiate. It's a bad investment. It's a waste of time, and somebody's going on in a new direction. Yep, they're getting themselves out of a nightmare. That's somebody's fear. Oh well. Yeah, this is a fail. It's very embarrassing. It's a fall from grace because it was a 2 of cups. It could have been. But somebody here wasn't ready for that. They want to rekindle this and fight for it. But they're just competing is really what they're doing. That's why somebody needs to walk away. It's always an art. It's like somebody competes against their own partner because of their ego. It's like they want control. They want dictatorship, and it's delusional. They're not a leader. They're not adequate. They're a terrible father too. I would not leave my child alone and expect this father to like cater to my child's basic needs without getting distracted or doing something ridiculous. I would never feel safe with this kind of energy. Yeah. Oh, thank you. I haven't paid attention to the comments for a second. Yeah. The last one was that she had those demons, drama queen. Yeah, there's definitely somebody's a drama queen, and you know, it could be a emperor in reverse, an empress in reverse. Put it where it fits, y'all. It's all just energy. Somebody's completely just all mixed up, probably because of their childhood. Not this person's problem. They need to heal that and then show up. But this person has been around codependency probably their whole life, thinking that that's love and that that's normal. And they like minimize, oh, it's not that bad. Oh, you're being over dramatic. No, I'm not. I'm leaving. You know what I mean? This is hell. I can't do this anymore. Yeah. Pisces energy, Leo, Pisces again, Cancer, Jupiter and Leo, Virgo, Sun, Mercury and Aquarius, Venus and Aries, Scorpio Sun. Could be significant. That is your reading, Aries. I wish I had better news, but you know what? The quicker you get out of that energy, the better. Okay, hon? Don't feel guilty about it. If this is you though, that's the one that's being this way, get real, please. And go get a therapist. It's you and your family and not this person. But if this is who you're dealing with, Aries, I wish you, may the force be with you, and keep loving yourself and accept that this is out of your jurisdiction. Leave it to God, okay? It's sad. You know, it sucks when you have a child with somebody because they masked, you know, and then you found out later how horrible it is being with this person, that they expect you to neglect your family or whatever this is. Otherwise, it's like chaos. No, that's not okay. Yeah, that's like energy draining as hell. Alright, guys. So that's the end of your reading, Aries. At this time, if anybody would like a personal or a mini, I'm putting my information up here. Okay, just let me know in the comments. Alright. Alright, guys. Feels like he is possessed, but never before. I know it sounds negative, but it's good for temperance. That's me. Drama queen. My daughter says she's an atheist and argues with people, but doesn't actually do any research. Oh my god. Oh, the worst. Okay, I just asked because the chart on that website is very informative. Yeah. Broken knee. Yeah. Okay. Okay, guys. Does anybody have any questions? Let me know. How does Spirit want me to handle the money situation? Hold up, y'all. My band-aid's falling off. Okay. Let me just change this real quick.